This week at Frank's.
It was bike night down at Old HQ. Have a look at this fabulous recap as we see all the bikes that flocked to Frank's on Tuesday. Can you spot you? Can you spot your bike? Paul's dancing again, but this time he has an accomplice. It's my birthday. Frank's makes the news. We have my car of the week, the bike of the week. Would you daily it? And of course, all the hilarious backstage footage you really want to see. Grab a cuppa, sit back, relax and enjoy Frank's Weekly episode 5.
So here we are at Frank's bike night and it is absolutely buzzing. Now some have already gone home, so this isn't the full effect, but the vibe is brilliant. The sun's shining, couldn't ask for better.
Yes, Tuesday night was our bike night hosted at Frank's and you flocked to us in your hundreds. So much so I had to speed up the footage to get you all in. Can you spot yourself? It was a fantastic evening and yes, the vibe really was buzzing. I did interviews, I had really amazing walk-arounds, went into the shop and the cafe, and what I thought I would do is, because there was so much footage from bike night, is do a separate feature on a different video, including all the interviews that I did and all the bikes that were there, just so you could have a better in-depth experience. So look out for that one on our YouTube channel in the not too distant future. But there is one interview I'll keep on for now because it's really quite important to me, and this person I interviewed is called Jenny and she is the whole reason why I found out about Frank's in the first place. So here we are.
So I'm sat here with the lovely Jenny and it's all Jenny's fault why I even know about Frank's in the first place. So I met Jenny at the pub in Earl's Cone, and what did you say to me?
There was this amazing place that was a bike shop and a fantastic cafe not too far away. A little bit of a hidden gem that you need to go and visit.
It was bikes and cars, wasn't it?
Bikes, cars, yeah,
Classics,
memorabilia,
collectibles,
yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
You told me you were going to spend the day looking for wedding venues, but you didn't, you came here instead.
That happens a lot, get distracted by things, and what an amazing distraction. Now I work here. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that you even told me about Frank's in the first place, because here we all are now.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, cheers. Absolutely.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Frank's.
Cheers to Frank's.
So don't forget to check out our more in-depth coverage of bike night at Frank's in the not too distant future on our YouTube channel. The next day I was treated like a queen with snacks and drinks and all sorts brought to my desk. I wonder why. Well, the reason was it was my birthday, and what better way for a petrolhead to spend the birthday than at Frank's Motorcycles. So of course I had to bring in some cake and share it out to the amazing people I call my work friends. George came and surprised me with some things, so of course I had to go and return the favour. So off I went round to the cafe to give him his surprise. I think it's safe to say he was quite pleased. Look at that grin on his face. Happy birthday.
You having fun there?
I've been caught, and I typical, innit? Just taking the scrapings off the bottom of it.
It looks like you're being the whole lot.
Caught red-handed. I had a great day and thanks to everyone for making it so special. And now on to our new feature, Would You Daily It? And I decided to go for a completely different angle this week, simply because there was such a vast array of bikes up at the cars that I actually couldn't choose which one to go with first. And then I realised as I looked around that nearly all of these bikes were over 40 years old, which posed the question, they're all going to be tax and MOT exempt, which would make for some seriously cheap biking and even seriously cheap commuting if you'd use it as a daily. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to ask a question about one particular bike this week. I'm going to ask about would you daily any of these bikes? They'd be cheap to run, there'd be no tax and MOT to pay, and the insurance will be classic, so it's far, far cheaper. Then there's the size of them. They're much smaller than some modern bikes. They're slimlined, they're very stylish, and they're light, so they're easy to manoeuvre. On top of all this, there's the wow factor. I mean, who wouldn't want to turn up to work on one of these absolute beauties from times gone by? So my question this week isn't would I personally daily it, it's would you? Do any of you guys currently daily a classic? What do you daily? Do you consider it as absolute sacrilege to daily one of these? Pop something in the comments section. Tell me if you would daily any of these, if you think it's disgusting to even think about dailying one of these. I want to know your thoughts. This is going to end up being a fabulous discussion, I can feel it. Or even you could go one step further and come in on your daily and show us. When you think of the benefits of dailying a true classic, they actually far outweigh the benefits of a brand new bike or even not so brand new bike, any modern bike. Now, I did ask John the other day and he said new bikes are a bit soulless. He said, let's face it. But then you look at these British classics or indeed any other classics and you think they've got such history. They've all got a story. They've all got amazing individual styling that modern bikes just don't possess anymore. And they're far easier to work on too. So come on then, tell us, which one of these beautiful bikes that we have here at Frank's would you daily? Big news! And we are the big news. Yes, Frank's motorcycles were spotted in the newspaper last week. Did you spot our feature in MCN? Somebody did, and they messaged and they brought a copy in as well. So thank you so much, and how proud are we? I know I often focus on the cars and the bikes, but I had a bit of a look around the other day and I thought, you know what? I haven't actually looked properly into all the automobilia that we have here at Frank's Motorcycles and Frank's Motor Company, and I love it. I used to have a small collection myself. I do still have a bit, but I had to reduce it down, you know, because adulting and all that jazz. But yeah, I had a look around and I was like, oh, I love this stuff. Anything with a nice bit of patina, anything with a definite story, anything with a history, I'm all over all that. And of course, if it's got something to do with cars and bikes, then it's a definite winner for me. And I looked around and I didn't realise that everything you see here is actually for sale. So you can come into the shop and you can buy, you know, real stuff from the olden days, or you can buy reproductions. Either looks really nice. And take away a piece of history or indeed something to decorate. Man caves, lady caves, you know, we have them too, don't we, girls? You know, anything in your house where you think just requires a little bit of automotive history, let's say, or even some nice art, even the lamps and the lights, anything to do with that, we actually have it here at Frank's. So I just thought, you know what, we had a fashion show last week, let's showcase some of the automobilia and all the little bits and bobs that we have that are to do with cars and bikes that you can purchase and put in your homes, man caves, sheds, anywhere. Such a vast array of stuff to choose from. There's all sorts. There's pictures, there's wall mounts, there's cast iron, there's tin cans, fuel cans, signs, posters, photos, all sorts. Fuel cans, anything you can think of, and it's all here. And there's stuff up at the cars as well, which I didn't manage to take pictures of and videos of, but literally there's so much stuff that you can decorate anywhere with. It's absolutely fantastic. So come on down to the showroom and see what you could go home with today.
Hello, and we are broadcasting live from inside Fred. This is Fred, and Tash and I are here to talk to you about the Distinguished Gentleman's Drive, which will be going from Frank's. Tash, what can you tell us about it?
Right, well, the Distinguished Gentleman's Drive, this is the first one that we've done this year involving the classic cars. We've done the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride for the bikes for the last 2 years. It's an incredible day. Everybody gets dressed up in suits and dresses and hats and fake moustaches, the lot. It's a proper giggle, but it's about celebrating classic cars this year for the first one that we've done for Frank's. So it's a fab day. We do a drive where we have the police escort us around the town, so everybody stays together. We do a route which John's at the moment just trying to plan which route we can take. We do the drive, we come back to the showroom where we have afternoon tea with cakes, and we may push the boat out a little bit more and just have like sandwiches and
cucumber sandwiches.
Cucumber sandwiches. We have picnic blankets out on the green. We have straw bales scattered around. It's just a really lovely, laid back, beautiful day.
And the criteria is you have to come in a vehicle which is over 40 years old and wear the, did you say you fancy dress, dapper attire?
Yes. We've got to look dapper.
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 Fabulous. And when is this event happening?
This is on the 28th of September 2025. It's on a Sunday, so we normally ask people to get here for around about 9ish, and so we can do registration, which you can do online. John will be putting a link on the website for Frank's Motor Company. Get here for around about 9:30, mingle, talk, chat, and then we go for the drive around about 10 o'clock. And the day finishes roughly about 3:30, 4 o'clock, depending on the weather, of course.
It sounds fabulous, darlings. Make sure you're there because it sounds fabulous. I can't wait. Yeah, what can you tell us about Fred while we're in here?
Fred was, we purchased Fred a couple of months ago from a lady who also bought Fred in the hope that she would get to restore him fully. She wasn't in a position where she could restore him as she wanted. He ended up sitting in the garage doing nothing at all. So she got in touch with us, asked if we would take Fred on to find him another loving home that could finish the little restoration bits that are needed. To be fair, he's lovely as he is. He tells a story. You can see and imagine where he's been over the years. But yeah, so we've now got to find Fred a new, loving, caring family that will look after him.
A true car with character. Maybe you could make the purchase and then come on the Distinguished Gentleman's Drive in Fred. This very car. Amazing. I gotta get out. On Thursday, Will asked me if I could come up and take some footage of the new tractor he'd brought round. Just look at it, isn't it fantastic? He gave us a good walk around, we made a video for its advert, and then of course we had to do the ever famous Will and Helen onboard footage. Would you like to see it? I bet you would. Not gonna lie, having worked with children all my life, I had all on not to sing jumping up and down on a big red tractor, bringing in the hay. Hey! There you go, I did it. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I must admit it was quite precarious, perched on the mudguard, but very much a fun ride. And I couldn't not take a video of this. This was an absolute beautiful thing to be able to film. It was such a privilege to see it restored to a very high standard, and it blew me away, and you could even almost spell complete in the reg plate. I just look at it, it was too stunning not to put in this week's episode, just because I had the opportunity to film it, do a walk around, a bit of driving in it as well. Absolutely stunning. This car blew me away, and I think you should come and see it just to believe how gorgeous it is. It is here with us at Frank's Motor Company in Colchester, and it's also advertised on franksmotorcompany.co.uk. So do have a look at it. I suggest in person just to be able to see how gorgeous it really is. And now it's time for Car of the Week. And I know what you're thinking, how on earth do I possibly choose such a beautiful array of cars? Well, it was quite easy. I'd actually gone into the showroom, I was going to pick one in the showroom, but then I walked past something on the way which took me by surprise, it caught my eye, and I couldn't not have this as my Car of the Week.
And yes, I am teasing you. You're going to have to guess for the next few seconds what you think it is before I show you what it is. Can you tell what it is yet? You have guessed it. It is a Ford Fiesta XR2, but not just any old one, it is a track prepped one. Look at this beautiful piece of machinery, and I just absolutely fell in love with it the moment I saw it. It is actually John's car, but it is up for sale. And what a privilege to be able to take it up and down the gravel track that goes to and from the bikes and the cars. Can't wait to show you this. After a bit of a slow start, I soon got her going, and boy did she fly. She was fantastic. Fun to drive, fabulous to look at, my absolute definite car of the week. Well, how could I not include this piece of hilarious footage? This was me and Paul setting up the camera for bike night to film the bikes come in, and we had a second or two to check it out, and of course we just had to dance the night away. Thought you might enjoy it.
What are we talking about?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Coffee.
Oh yes.
Hold on, move it forward.
Cheers.
Cheers. Coffee time.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember electric bikes.
Yes, now it's just thrown a curveball in. We're talking about electric bikes. Shock horror, I know you're all throwing your cup of teas out in protest. Electric
dummies.
bikes! Don't talk to me about electric vehicles. Well, I'm going to tell you something now. Massive petrol head, huge big biker. That sounded really bad, didn't it?
No, I'm the huge big biker.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant, huge big biker.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that is
Biker.
not what I meant, meaning as a big biker. I can't say this without sounding offensive, can I? Right, anyway, electric bikes. At Frank's, we have Maving bikes, which are electric bikes. And
English built, by the way.
English built electric bikes, we might add. And so I have just been out on one, and I know, huge petrol head, doesn't have an engine or as such. I don't really understand the whole electric thing. But I've just been out on the Maving, and my God, was it so much fun! Oh my gosh, I loved it!
Oh, I'd just like to put in there that I was on the Harley taking the film.
Yes.
Just to say. Just to say.
Just to beef things up
Just-
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so, yeah.
Manly and all that.
So, yeah, I've had it in mind for a few weeks for my bike of the week, and I loved it so much. It was so light. It was so skinny and agile.
I'm filming, and I'm standing there with her camera, by the way, and I'm filming. All I can hear is whee.
I was going,
We went past.
woo! It was brilliant. You didn't have to bother with changing gears because there aren't any. You just you selected D
Drive.
and off you went. Now the only strange thing about it is that I assumed because it's a motorbike it'd have the back brake on the foot, but no. I was like, I can't stop because I know you shouldn't, but I always back brake first. It's just what I've always done. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't brake. What am I going to do? And then I was like, oh no, the brakes are on the handlebars. So it's
Just
like riding a
like,
push bike.
No, it's like a scooter.
Yeah, like a scooter.
Not a scooter.
So I was like, okay, well, once I got used to that, it was brilliant. It was so nippy. I was like, this is awesome. And there was no noise. It was like just me and the open road and the bike. Loved it. So absolutely, my bike of the week is indeed the Maving, and it truly is amazing. I've done it before and I've done it again.
Amazing. Really?
So I'm sorry if you think that having an electric bike as a bike of the week is pure sacrilege to bikers everywhere. Drop it in the comments. We want to know
I'm
what
going to
you
put
think.
my head down.
But also, come and have a try of one. We do test rides with them. They are brilliant things. And I'm not a convert, never will be,
No.
but it was fabulous. Loved Maving. I'm going to shut up now before I just start waffling on.
And for all you locals who do like to come to our Franks on Tour bike nights, then the next one is on the 19th of August at the Cricketers in Colchester. Even if you're not that local but like to come from a little bit further afield for a good ride out, come and see us. It'd be great to have you. We'll do some bike night walk-arounds, lots of footage, food, chatter, bikes. What more could you want? See you next time. Next week at Frank's, we have got the usual bike of the week, car of the week, would you daily it, and all the crazy mad stuff that goes on behind the scenes at Frank's. I bet you just can't wait to see what on earth me and Paul get up to next week, because it's always hilarious. But there's something very special, and this is just testing who's watching the end of these episodes. We have got a Yorkshire discount. Yorkshire lass, we don't like spending money. How much? So if you come in and buy any Frank's merch with Frank's written on it, so we've got the hoodies, t-shirts, there's Frank's Motorcycles and Frank's Motor Company. So anything with Frank's on it, we've even got some nice denim shirts. This is all inspired after the fashion show, if you watched that. Any of these Frank's items, and you come in and say Helen 10, you'll instantly get 10% discount off any Frank's merch. So come in, Helen 10, 10% sorry, 10% discount. Yeah.
Was that Helen 10?
It is Helen 10
Oh, I thought
for your 10% discount on all Frank's merch, because we'll have a bit of merch at Frank's, and we'll have a Yorkshire discount because I'm not spending my hard-earned cash fully. I like a bit of discount. So next week at Frank's, in fact no, the whole discount thing is for the whole of August. So don't come in December and ask for that. Might do a Christmas one, who knows. But August, Helen 10, 10% off all Frank's merch, and catch up with us next week at Frank's. See you later. Right, just a quick message to say that if you are enjoying what we're doing so far here at Frank's and our Frank's Weekly, please like, comment, share, subscribe. That's the main thing. We need our subscribers to tell us if we're doing a good job, to see if we like what we're doing. If you don't like it, we want you to drop some comments. Please comment on everything that we're doing so that we know we're doing a good job, and then we can make more videos in the future. We can do more walk-arounds of beautiful cars, beautiful bikes, just anything that you think needs commenting on that we ask you to comment on. Come and challenge Paul and just comment on it. But most of all, please subscribe so that we know that we're doing a good job and we continue to do so. Thank you so much for your support. I can't wait to see you all soon. Bye.